This is the plaintiff, Ozad Shams. He says the defendant towed his Mercedes Benz and ruined it in the process. That's right. He broke his suspension, causing thousands of dollars in damage, and now refuses to own up to his mistakes. He's here in the good name of justice, suing this careless business for the $4,856.50 he's owed. This is the defendant, Nino Habib. He says the plaintiff parked illegally. The cops ticketed him, and a tow truck was dispatched to the location. When his driver arrived, he noticed the car was sitting on the ground and made a notation that the suspension was somehow compromised. There's no way he did anything to damage this guy's car. He's just suing because he was towed, and if anyone is owed money here, it is not the plaintiff. He's accused of banging up a Benz. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $1,500 for a loss of wages.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff says the defendant ruined his Mercedes during a tow. But the defendant says the guy's vengeful because he had parked illegally and was towed. It's the case of bad case of the Benz.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Shams, you are suing Ben and Nino Auto Repair, represented here by Nino Habib, for $4,856.50 for repairs to your 2006 Mercedes, because according to you, they ruined it when they towed it. Talk to me. Tell me what happened.
Hello, Your Honor. On July 27th, that was Wednesday, at night around 11 p.m., I had to park my car, and the only place I found was next to the tree, and it was in between two driveways. When I parked my car, I made sure both driveways had a clearance, so the cars could go in and out.
Yeah, but you were in their driveway, right?
It was in between two driveways.
Yeah, you were between two driveways, but your front part was hanging in one driveway and your back part was hanging in another, and they could just go around you, because you ended up getting a ticket for it, right?
Yes.
Okay, and that's why you got towed.
Exactly.
Right. When do you realize that you were towed?
Right. So this happened Wednesday night, and on Friday, I went back, the car wasn't there.
You really got some nerve. So you not only illegal, what was 11 o'clock I had to park, you actually left it there for a day and a half, 2 days? Come on.
It was, because I had to travel to Queens those days.
Wow. Boy, all the more reason to park legally. Anyway, so your car gets towed, and what do you do?
So on Friday, I went there, car wasn't there, so I asked the neighbors, and they told me go to the precinct. And that's how I found out that it was towed.
Okay, so you called the police. I guess they told you who their company was for your tow,
exactly,
et cetera, et cetera. So you go over to their place, and what do you see?
The wheel was locked.
Your wheel of your
car? Yeah, they put the boot on the wheel.
So let's get to the part about what's wrong with your car and why you're suing. Because you're not suing for the return of any tow money. You realize that you were wrong there and that the tow should happen. But what you're complaining about is, according to you, they destroyed your car.
Yes. So when the person came to, I paid for the towing, and after that he went to the car to the front to unlock the boot, and that's when I noticed on the front, the frame of the car was almost sitting on the wheels. It was in there. I put my hand under.
Do you have a picture of what you're talking about?
Yes.
Let me see.
Pictures.
Okay,
yes,
what am I looking at in that picture?
So that frame is, so the wheel, you could see the tire is inside the frame. So I actually put my hand in there and it barely went through. So it was half an inch distance between the tire and the under of the frame.
Is that the same wheel?
It's on the right side, no.
So, so this is the front left?
Right, and the other one
and then this
right.
is the front right?
They both were very low.
What is this a picture of?
So these are the pictures from before. This is was taken earlier in July. And the car had no problems. It was driving.
Why were you taking a picture of your car earlier in July?
Yeah, so I purchased the car early in July. I've done everything. It passed the drive test. It passed the inspection, everything. I had no problems.
What's wrong with the car? Are you a car guy?
Yes, I am. I have a body shop for over 20 years. I have a repair shop for over 20 years.
So what's the deal with this car?
He has a problem with his air suspension, or had a problem if he didn't fix it already, had a problem with his air suspension. In the picture, the first picture that, or the second picture that he showed you from back then, we don't even know if that's his car. It looks like it could be his car. I can go online and look at 50 cars and show that to you right now. I don't know if that's his car. And even if it was, it could have been 2 days before, and he could have had a problem. He could have hit a pothole. He could have done anything. He could have hit a bump when he parked the car. He could have popped an airbag. When we got to the vehicle, my driver stated...
Who's your driver? Is that your driver?
No, my driver's not here today.
Why'd you bring him?
I just brought him to help me...
Help you what? What helps me is the driver, the witness, the guy who could say this is how it looked. Did he take a picture?
I have the toll. He didn't take a picture. We don't take pictures of vehicles.
Why not?
Because we tow 40, 50 cars
Yeah,
a
listen,
day.
let me tell you something. You ain't my first rodeo. I get a lot of tow people here. The best ones take their telephone, and they're not just for nasty pictures. They take their telephone, and they snap a picture of something obvious, not everything. Some of them take a picture of everything. Some of them take a picture of every scratch, which is what I do when I rent a car, because I don't want a problem. So they turn around and they take pictures. But something like the suspension is dropped on it, no picture. Show me the tow receipt. Where is the original?
It's shredded. After we scan it, after we close, after they put the paperwork in the system, they shred it.
Tell me about this receipt. This is generated when?
When they pick up the vehicle, before they pick up the vehicle. And then when we go to the precinct and log in the vehicle, which is how we found out we have the car, because he has to go to the precinct to find out where his vehicle is, the officer comes outside, she looks to see if the damages are there, and we log in and we leave it there. We leave the receipt there.
The officer comes outside to see if
Yes.
the damages are there?
Yeah, of course. That's the way it works. They're not
Can I
gonna
see
take
the
my-
receipt you have?
Yeah.
Do you have any mechanical reports? How do you figure this happened? You don't
yes.
know, but according to you, it wasn't that way before, and it was this way now. So just show me what you have from anything you have from a mechanic.
Yes, so...
How was the car towed?
With a wheel lift and dolly.
the person that I spoke
Why
to...
is his receipt different from your receipt?
That one, the office, when he came to pick up the car, the office was closed, but they had to give him a receipt. I gave him his car on a Sunday. He didn't want to wait till Monday. The office is closed Saturday and Sunday. So we gave him just a paid receipt. One of my drivers went back to meet him.
It would be
to give
so
him
good if his receipt had car completely dropped to floor, used WL, what's WL?
Wheel lift and dolly.
Wheel lift dollies. That would be awesome if his own one had
The
it.
original has it. He doesn't have it.
Right, I know. That would be awesome, right?
I
Because that would
understand.
end the case, you know?
Correct, but that wasn't the receipt given to him. It was only given to him because he paid at that time. He wanted a receipt, which he's entitled to, but he didn't want to wait till the next day to pick up his car, so we tried to give him his car a day
Show
early.
me anything you have from a mechanic.
Thank you.
You waited a month to take it to a mechanic? Why did you wait a month? Because what?
So is it a little sketchy that the defendant didn't bring in the actual tow truck driver?
It's very sketchy to me. Totally.
I mean, is it enough that the guy says, look, I talked to the tow truck driver and the tow truck driver said everything was fine?
It's cool that you talk to him, but where is he to testify for himself?
He was busy.
No, see, I have the right to cross-examine any witnesses and anyone involved.
She is good. Going inside the courtroom.
I was waiting for DCA to contact them first. They did...
What's DCA?
Department of Consumer Affairs.
What does that have to do with getting an estimate
So
for the
that's-
damages?
So originally, I was waiting for them, and when they told me, in order for us to help you, you need to get an estimate. And just a few days after that, I
No,
took my
but why
car.
wouldn't your brain tell you to get an estimate to fix your car if you were shocked and appalled at the fact that your car was damaged?
Right. So originally, I never thought it would escalate to a court.
I'm sorry. Did you drive
DC
your car like that? With no problem, apparently,
No,
for a
no.
whole month?
So on Tuesday, on Sunday when I left, I couldn't drive higher than 30 miles per hour, and I couldn't make sharp turns. And so all this time, it was parked outside. I would just move
According
from
to
one.
your complaint, you had this car fixed, correct?
It was fixed. I had to pay over $4,000. I didn't have that money, and the only way was to fix it temporarily by getting parts from a used car or car that went for parts.
It is a used car. It's a 2006 Mercedes.
No, but the parts were taken.
So what are
from
you
another
suing for,
car.
brand new Mercedes parts and stuff?
No, just for originally when I got the estimate for the repair, just those shocks because they're
I need
important.
proof that they did this to your car as opposed to that this happened to your car. because I did some research, and this car has recalls for this problem. So I need proof that they did this to your car. Where is the proof that they did this to your car? I need to see something from the guy who fixed it, who has some theory on how towing it would cause this.
I don't have the receipt.
Okay,
but,
then
it
you
was
don't have
done
the
cash.
evidence. And on your claim against him, my verdict is for the defendant. Now, you have a counterclaim against him for $1,500 for lost wages and time. Why? Because you don't want to be sued?
No, not because I don't want to be sued. No one likes to get sued, but I had to take off the day from work today.
Yeah, okay, so does everybody else who has it. That doesn't translate into $1,500. We would really chill people's right to go to court if every single time somebody gets sued, they can turn around and say, if you were a brain surgeon, would you be able to sue for $20,000? No, that's not how it works. The counterclaim against him, 0.
All right, hold on, please.
Your remedy is to win, which you did.
So it ends up a 0-0 tie here in this case. Mr. Shams, you understand the judge's verdict?
I do. The only thing I wished, I did spend money on the car fixing it.
Yeah, but you didn't have proof.
Not yet, but...
No proof? No proof, no win.
Not only right now, yes.
You know, I'm sorry, but that's the way it works in court. Thank you very much. You have to sign a few documents on your way out. Here comes Mr. Habib, the defendant, and you understand why you didn't win the countersuit.
Yes.
Right? Okay? All right, thank you very much.
Thank
you
you.
guys prevailed. Very good. Thank you. And that's it. Harvey?
Hey, Doug, this guy needed an expert to prove how the towing could cause the damage. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.